This tutorial provides an example of how to use the Sensatus Capital Reorganisation APIs to process a capital reduction. A capital reduction involves the repurchase and cancellation of shares. In this example, SME Credit Realisation Fund is implementing a compulsory partial redemption of shares at 93.27 per share. The shares will be repurchased on the 5th of November 2021, i.e. the ex-date. 18.9% of each registered shareholding will be redeemed on the 27th of October 2021, i.e. the settlement record date. Assuming the date used when entering investment transactions is the execution date and not the settlement date, and allowing for T+2 settlement, set the execution record date to the 25th of October 2021 and the ex-date to the 5th of November 2021. Using the Reorganisation Add API, set the Reorganisation Types ID to 24 for capital reduction. Set the new issue ratio to 18.9 and the old issue ratio to 100 to represent 18.9% capital reduction. Sensatus defaults to round down when processing fractional holdings. If you encounter alternative rounding models, set the issue ratio to the exact value relative to the client holding. For example, if a client has 100 shares and the ratio is 1:3, then change the issue ratio to 34 for 100 to implement a round-up model. SME have stated that fractions of shares will not be redeemed, and so the number of shares to be redeemed for each shareholder will be rounded down to the nearest whole number of shares. Therefore, set the fractional value to false, as there will be no fractional holdings after the repurchase, and set the fractional return parameter to false, as there are no fractional holdings to be sold. Set the offer price and related offer currency to the price the shares are being repurchased at. In this example, leave the payment amount and payment currency fields to null, as there is no cash payment per share. As there is no cash payment and therefore no need to apportion costs to the cash, leave the valuation price and valuation currency fields also as null. Use the defaults for the remaining parameters. Should you need to delete the reorganization, use the returned reorganization ID when using the Reorganization Delete API. In this example, the client had 1,000 shares and the position is reduced by 189 shares with £176.28 returned.